Don Amero has already sung on the program. Life
Gets better.
Life gets better. Life gets better. And you're going to be singing in a few minutes. Life Gets Sweet. A lot of life stories. And it's great to have you here.
Thank you.
And before I say anything or ask you anything, I was just looking at your bio here. You have been nominated and proclaimed Aboriginal Songwriter of the Year at the Canadian Folk Music Awards, Male Artist of the Year at the Canadian Aboriginal Music Awards, and you've had other nominations. Why have I not heard about you?
Well, you know, you're one of many. You know, I think it's just a matter of time, you know, and perseverance. And I mean, up till now, I've had a really good, you know, I've been blessed to have the people supporting me that I do. I've got great family, great friends, and great fans up till now. And I think it's things like this that are just going to continue to you know, be the exposure for me that'll get me out there. And,
like, I didn't even know there was a division of Aboriginal songwriter and singer of the year and all that kind of stuff. Where is that centered? Like,
well, it's growing. It's sort of this. There's always sort of been this the Aboriginal music scene in Winnipeg. There's where I'm from. There's the Aboriginal Music Program, and they have a whole bunch of initiatives that are basically in place to help you know, young Aboriginal artists and singer-songwriters. Well, not young, but any age really. But I like to think I was young when they were helping me out. Yeah. And they help establish you know, different connections for you and find ways to help you get your foot in the door in the music business. And I think the hope is that it's not just sort of confined to the Aboriginal, you know, because I don't think any of us wants to be just kind of in a box. I think we all are looking to kind of get out there and share our music with the world. And because I do find that Aboriginal music is almost a genre in itself, my music necessarily doesn't have traditional Aboriginal elements to it, but I'm a Métis guy from Winnipeg, and so for me, I get to I fit into that category.
Well, Buffy St. Marie was someone who crossed over very successfully, didn't she?
Yeah, very much. Actually, the Canadian Folk Music Award for Songwriter of the Year, she was also nominated in that category.
You beat her?
And I beat
well, no kidding.
I beat her.
You beat her. Wow, cool. Now, you were a floor installer.
Yes, yeah, the good days.
How is it that you've made the decision to embrace this thing as wholeheartedly and passionately as you have?
Well, you know, I released my very first album called Change Your Life in 2006. And at that point in time, I was doing the hardwood flooring, and then for about a year after that, I sort of just put the music out there, tested the road a little bit, and I found myself being more and more pulled away from the job, getting called for interviews, getting called for shows, and I was probably about half-time at work, half-time doing gigs and things, and I just said one day that, you know, this is becoming a reality for me, and it seemed like it was a time for me to jump in and really just give this thing a shot, and it's been 4 great, wonderful years since, and I'm looking for many, many more.
Did you have a sense from the Lord that this was a calling?
I totally did. You know, I've always felt like music for me in my life has been a gift, and my hope has always been to use that to encourage and inspire people through music and through the stories that I bring with my songs.
Yeah, and you write your own songs.
Yep.
Here's the album, friends, and Don Amero. That's a very interesting cover. I'm trying to. Is that? What is that?
Well, that's a passport. It's not my real passport, but that's a passport, and it's supposed to be like a package, because it's called The Long Way Home, and it's sort of as if it's being sent in the mail.
Yeah, you got airline tickets, your passport, and The Long Way Home, and beautifully packaged.
My brother-in-law Daryl, he has a company in Winnipeg called ILikeTheRide.com, and he does his own web design and has helped me. And my website donamero.com is one that he put together.
It's really beautiful.
Thanks.
So what are you finding out there generally with Aboriginal young people? Are they becoming their own generation? Are they seeing the world differently than perhaps their parents saw it?
Well, I think it's becoming more and more of a reality that there is generations of oppression and things that have happened in the past. We can't turn a blind eye to what happened. Yeah. And I think that the young people now are really it's starting to happen where there's this resurgent and this new Aboriginal pride building up. And I'm really excited for the generations to come, because I think not just musically, but just Aboriginal people of Canada as a whole, there's really been this rise up and a pride growing, and at the same time, I strive for unity too. I'm really wanting to not have it just be so that my music is only for Aboriginal people. My music is for everybody, and I'm hoping that the message that I can bring is that, everybody love everybody, and that's really what I'm hoping to bring musically out there to the communities of Canada, in Aboriginal communities and cities across the country.
Have you met Susan Aguilar?
I have not, but I know that she is legendary out there in the
Well,
music
she
world.
is. And in fact, I was in a furniture store recently in Oakville, and I saw this little person. She was looking at something, and she comes up to me and says, "Hi, Jim. How are you?" And I'd interviewed her years ago, and it took me a minute to recognize her, but she was telling me she's still working on her music, and she's another terrific example of someone from an Aboriginal background who has really crossed over and has impacted really all of Canada and the world with her music.
Yeah.
So you're on a tour right now?
Yeah, it's called the Home Away from Home Tour. I've done this about 5 or 6 times now across Canada, and it's fun because I get to meet people all across the country and make new friends. And after having done it half a dozen times, people are starting to feel like friends, and their homes are feeling like my homes. And so it's the Home Away from Home Tour.
Now I'm going to send you off here in a moment, but
Sure.
you're going to be singing "Life's Been Sweet."
Yeah.
Quick synopsis. What's this song about?
Well, this is a song I wrote for my dad. He's a young man. He's only 52.
Wow.
But his body's shutting down on him, and I know it's been a bit of a tough thing for him to go through this, and for seeing his sons all seeing their dad kind of aging, and I wanted to write a song that honored him and said, "Dad, I know you're in this shape because you sacrificed your body doing the hard labor jobs and doing the tough stuff so that we could have a roof over our heads and food in the fridge." And so this is my song to honor him.
Oh, terrific. Well, I'll let you slip off,
All right.
Don. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure, and looking forward to hearing "Life's Been Sweet," especially a song that honors his father. So here he goes, "Life's Been Sweet."
When this old car breaks down and it will start no more, I know it has traveled the road, and she's seen so many great days where she'll be ready to go. When this old car breaks down, and it's just like you, it's just like me, all that we are and all that we see, the lines on our faces tell our story. Life's been pretty sweet. When this old house falls down and they take her to the ground, she will be taking with her so many memories. She'll be ready to go when this old house falls down, and it's just like you, it's just like me, all that we are and all that we see, the lines on our faces tell our story. Life's been pretty sweet. And it's easy now, a little easier now. The world keeps spinning round, the sun keeps going down. And it's just like you, it's just like me, been pretty sweet. Life's been good to me.